everyone, and welcome to the Red Brick House. Today I am finishing up my little Halloween embroidery projects that I've been working on. This will be the last one in this little kind of series I did of different little Halloween images, and I slow stitched with some of them. I don't know, I never know really whether to call it embroidery or slow stitch, but it's all mindfulness, it's all mindful stitching. So with that said, I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to be making a cute little silhouette of a cat in a full moon. So I hope you enjoy this video. Feel free to stitch along with me if you want to, and let's just get right to it. Okay, I am set up here and all ready to go. This is my little piece that I've put together. The little cat, I just found a free image, like a stock photo on the internet, and I used that to draw my own, and I cut it out of paper, as you can see here. Then I'm using felt here for my kitty, and then this is just some fabric, and then the base here is felt. And the yellow, I just kind of laid my cat on top of it and cut around until I had a pretty good round shape for a moon. Now, it's not perfectly, circular because, well, I'm not a perfectly stickler about that kind of thing. But I think it looks okay. And I cut these little clouds out of this other fabric I have. I don't know if I like them. I think I might just leave it plain like this. I'm trying to keep these first few projects that I'm trying pretty simple, since I'm a beginner, with embroidery, and I'm trying to learn and practice. And so I'm just kind of trying to keep it simple. And, this is not really meant to look realistic. This is more like meant to look more childlike and more cartoon, not really cartoon, but, not realistic. So anyway, I think I have my cat pinned on here, but I think I might take my kitty off. I can't decide. But I'm going to decorate this moon a little bit. I'm thinking in my head, I'm picturing like craters in the moon and how they look darker. I'm not going to use like a gray because I think that might stand out too much, and I want the cat to be my focus point on this. And so I'm using embroidery floss here, just stranded cotton. And I don't have a good yellow for this yellow fabric. This one's too dark. And this one I feel like is it clashes a little bit, and it's a little too bright. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of each of these, because I looked through all my yellows. I have quite a bit of oranges. I don't have a lot of shades of yellow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 2 strands. I've already got my needle threaded right here. And when you put them together, and you squint, it looks pretty close to the color that I want it to be. So let's get started stitching. I think I'm just going to do a few seed stitches in clusters on this moon. Hopefully that'll kind of make it look a little, just a little fun accent to this moon. Like I said, it's not supposed to be realistic, but it's just fun to practice these things. And so, I don't think I'll do seed stitch. I think I'm going to do cross stitches in little clusters. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to keep my cat on here because it's pinned. Oh, it's not pinned all the way through. Oh, wow. I thought it had pinned it all the way through. I guess I can take this tag off. That's kind of ugly. Let me take the tag off. Didn't realize I left that on there. I thought my pin was all the way through. Okay, so, well, maybe I'll take my pin out and fix that real quick. Because I do kind of want everything to be in place, and I kind of already like where my kitty is on here. And so I am leaving a bit of an edge right here because I have a plan for all these things that I've made. I'm going to put them all together in a fun little like home decoration that is going to be coming next week. Once I finish all these things, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them all. Okay, so that's a little better. Now I'm through to my back fabric. Okay, now nothing's going to fall apart because I'm not going to bother basting. I'm just going to go right into it and start stitching on this little moon here. And I'm going to bring the camera closer so you can see better. Hopefully it will stay focused and it won't be going in and out of focus. I noticed that a lot when I was editing, and it's kind of annoying, but it's just how it is with filming, especially when you're not really, you know, don't really know a lot about filming. Okay, so I'm just going to do some little, they're going to be small. I'm going to make them really small, and I'm just going to see what that looks like. I love just playing around with this. You know, I've said this a bunch of times on this channel that I don't really like plan things on this channel to a T where I make a prototype and then share it. I just go with it. I think I'm going to turn it this way, even though it feels upside down. I think it's going to be better for me here to hold it. So last week in my little embroidery video that I made, when I made my ghost, I wasn't feeling the best. I've had a terrible time with allergies this year. I think it's because there's a nature trail that we walk down for exercise, my husband and I and my daughter, and there's tons of ragweed, giant ragweed in bloom. Or it's been blooming for a while, for about a month, and it's causing me lots of problems. So I was not, oh, that was not supposed to go straight like that. I've had a lot of problems with my allergies, and so I was sniffling and coughing and it was bad. So I apologize for not making that video where I'm talking and conversing, and I didn't feel like people wanted to listen to me sniffle and cough and stuff the whole time. And I was amazed at how much faster the video went when I wasn't talking and I was just working. It's kind of funny how that happens. Of course, that little ghost project was pretty simple too. I think this one will be too. The jack-o'-lantern, I did quite a lot with that one. So it ended up being a very long video. Probably a little too long. But, you know, these things take time to do. And so I'm going to go right up to this little kitty because I want it to look like it's kind of behind him. I don't want it to just look like it's beside him, this little work that I'm doing here. I want to look like it's kind of like how this little crater, if you will, goes behind him. This little texture that I'm making here with these cross stitches. So I'm going to put some, probably even going to lift him up a little bit. Whoops. And go underneath it just a little bit there. And so I was thinking about making a video of the little nature trail that we go down. I have wanted to do that for a long time because I thought you might enjoy walking with me one day and walking down this little path. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And we see all kinds of creatures. We go in the evening. Now, the time change is coming up soon, and we'll have to change when we walk, but for winter. But we normally go in the evening, and my daughter and I, we finish our walk right about dusk. I mean, it's like when you're in a bunch of clump of trees, it looks a lot darker than it really is. And that's when all the nighttime creatures come out, and we have seen so many things down that path. My daughter and I saw an armadillo coming out of the bushes. It was so funny. And then we saw, what else have we seen? Deer, lots of deer. Excuse me. We've seen lots of deer. The other day we were walking through there, and it was just like it's does. I've never seen a buck. I know they're out there somewhere because there's always baby deer out there all the time. But so there's got to be a daddy deer somewhere. Never seen a buck. I've never seen one with antlers. I've only seen does and the babies. One day we were coming over this bridge, and my daughter stopped me because she saw it before I did. And she was like, "Mama, stop, stop." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "It's a deer." And it had a baby with it. It was a mama deer and a baby. And she looked at me and, well, both of us, she looked at us, and she really like stomped her feet. And we just kind of backed up slowly while facing her, gave her some space, and her little baby crossed the path. Then they went on, eating grass or whatever. But it was funny because she was just like, you could tell by the way she was acting, she did not like us being there. And so we gave her space, and we let her, walk on, let her baby go on, and then, we continued on our walk. But my husband has seen all kinds of things because he does a longer walk, and he doesn't get finished at the same time we do, so it's actually dark when he gets finished now. And he has seen snakes, bunnies, what else? I'm trying to remember. Oh, we saw a fox one day. We thought it was a coyote. You can hear coyotes, but I've never seen one. But it was a fox. We passed in front of the path in front of us. Luckily, it was not very far from where we go up to our car. And so we just left. But there was a beautiful red fox there. And so it's just a beautiful trail, and it's extra beautiful. It's extra beautiful in the fall when all the leaves are falling down. So I think maybe in November I may try to make a video where you can come with me on our walk. My camera, I've tried it before, and my camera, I use those. My camera, it jumps and jars around, and so it's not great for that. And then I tried it with another camera that we have, even though it has like a stability feature, but it's more for pictures than it is for video, so that didn't work either. So I might try it with my phone, and if it's not too bouncy like when I'm walking to be, annoying for the video, I may try to do that. So let me know if you would like to see that. I'm just getting my thread together here. I'm going to make another little texture pack, if you will. Probably maybe over here. I might make a small one up here. And so let me bring it in close so you can see it even closer, so that you can see here what I've done. So I'm just going to continue doing that, and I will come back. That way the video won't be too long. I'll come back, or I'll speed it up. And so I'll come back when I am ready to do the kitty. Okay, I have finished the little bit of texture here on my moon. It's almost tempting to just fill the whole thing up, the whole yellow part with that, because that's a lot of fun to do. And I put some up here and here just to kind of tack it down since I didn't baste it. We'll kind of see how that works. But now I'm going to start working on the kitty. I want to do some, like, air quotes, hair or fur. It's not really going to look like fur, maybe, but I don't know. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to do like a straight stitch And I'm just going to put lots of stitches through here. I also want to do some whiskers that come out onto the moon. So I'm going to turn them upside down. And I'm going to start up here close to where my pin is so I can start getting him tacked down. I'm doing it upside down because I think it might look better if I'm picturing the hair going from top down. And I think if I do it right side up, it might look backwards, because these lines probably are not going to be like straight. But I just want to do this to kind of give the little kitty some texture as well. I know the felt does give it a little bit of texture. I like using felt in embroidery work. I like how it gives a raised kind of look. And so I'm just going to think about, you know, how their hair would fall if it was real hair, and kind of which direction it would go. I might cross over each other a little bit. I'll try that, see how that looks. This is all just experimental. So I'll do a few more, and hopefully I can take my pin out and then I'll show it to you. It's kind of funny, I'm making this project and I have our little black cat Shadow is down here at my feet, laying on the cold tile floor. He was in the sun over there by the window earlier. I guess he got hot. Okay, I'm going to take my pin out now. And let's see if I can put a few more stitches in. I'll show it to you, and then I'll probably complete him off camera. Like I said, so the video's not too terribly long. So I'm kind of finding like where the cat's like neck would be, and that's where I'm kind of starting the hair here, or what I'm calling cat hairs. I have no idea what this is going to look like, but it is fun to stitch. And that's why I'm calling this slow stitch, because I don't know how it's going to turn out. It might not look good at all, but at least it was fun doing it, you know. Always have fun doing your crafting projects, whatever it is, because if it's not fun, then it's not worth doing. I hope this looks okay and you can see what I'm doing. It looks blurry to me, but I can't tell if it's just the app on my phone that's making it look blurry or what. So hopefully when I go back and edit this, it's not blurry. Okay, so that is how it's looking. Let me turn it right side up and see what it looks like. I think it's cute. I don't know if you can see it since it's black on black. It might be kind of hard to see it. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going down my kitty, and then after I finish that, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to make the whiskers. I'm not sure if I want to do a border around him. I kind of didn't want to. This time I did that on the other ones, just to see how it looks kind of without a border, you know, stitching around the kitty. So I don't know, we'll see how it looks. So let me finish them up and then we'll do the whiskers and a few more things that I want to do to it. Okay, here I am. I have finished all the kitty. And I really like how it looks. It does sort of look like fur. Like I said, I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe it looks better back here. I'm having some trouble with my camera. I've kind of made some adjustments and I might have done it wrong. I don't know. But anyway, and so I finished all the little streaks of hair here coming down. And then to keep this tail tacked down, I just came up behind it. And I'm going to use a lot of thread across there, but that's okay. This is my cheapy thread. This is my econo thread, economy saving thread. This is not my DMC thread or anything special like that. But I'm just going to make a tiny stitch right here. So I don't even really want it to be seen. I just want to tack it down to keep that tail from coming out. And then you can barely even see it there. And so I think I'm going to do the same thing with the ears too. But I think I'm going to tie it off though, because I have used quite a bit of thread. One thing about making these long straight stitches, it uses a lot of embroidery thread. I did learn that. I've never made anything like that before, but it really does use up quite a bit. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tack those ears down because I don't have much thread left and I need more thread than this for whiskers. And so now what I'm going to do the same thing I did on that tail, and I'm just going to kind of tack them down just a bit. I don't want it to be noticeable, and I think in this felt, I think it'll kind of hide itself in this felt. I don't think it'll really be, yeah, you can't really see it very much. So I'm going to do that. I mean, I could have put some like hair in his ears, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just making a teeny tiny stitch to hold that in place so he doesn't, it's not tempted to flop over. Okay, so now I'm going to do the whiskers. Maybe I have enough room. Maybe I have enough thread for a few whiskers. I'm debating on whether I should put a little nose in the middle. I think I might put a little nose in the middle. I mean, all you can do is do it and see what it looks like. I think sometimes I spend way too much time like thinking about what I'm going to do. So now I'm trying to do, I guess this is like more like a satin stitch. Little nose here. I don't know. It's really hard to see being black on black like this. So I don't know how well you're able to see it, but also it's kind of tricky because his little head's tilted. Yeah, I don't even know if you can see that. I don't know if it matters. Okay. That he has a nose. I'm going to do one more. And then I'm probably going to change out my thread and then make my whiskers. Okay. So he has kind of a little blip of a nose there. Okay, so now I'm going to make his little whiskers. So I'm going to come up right next to his nose. I almost need a magnifying glass here. Right there. Okay, I got it. And I'm going to make a whisker that comes, I'm going to use my thread as a guide to come out to about right there maybe. These cats do have long whiskers, but like right there. Okay, then I'm going to come back to the nose. Pull that kind of tight. And then I'm going to make another one, kind of a little bit shorter than that one. Like that. It's looking good. I think I'll do 4 whiskers on each side. Have you ever seen a cat that has crooked whiskers or like bent whiskers? My cat Stripes, he has like, his whiskers aren't straight. Uh-oh, I got a knot. His whiskers are not straight. They kind of curve down. Like, they kind of, well, I don't know. They're just crooked. I don't know how to explain it. It's so funny. He's the only cat like that I have, that, you know, that I've ever had. That looks really cute. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I know squirrels have whiskers that kind of point down, but for a cat, it was kind of funny. Now, because his head is tilted, I'm going to make this, I'm gonna make his whiskers kind of tilted. I think I should have made his whiskers up a little bit more. So I might make one more going up here. It might make it look a little bit better. So these whiskers, I'm going to make them come down a little bit and make them a little longer than the other ones. I think that will make it look good. So let's try it about right there and see how that looks. And make this one a little bit longer than the first one. Can't find the thread. Okay. This is so fun, you guys. I love making these things. I hope you guys like watching this. And let me know what kind of things you've been stitching lately. Have you been doing any kind of seasonal things, or are you working on just regular things? I don't know, non-seasonal things. Okay, I think that looks really cute. I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't think he needs another one. It might have looked better if these were shifted up a bit, but I'm going to leave it because I like how it looks right now. And I'm not going to mess with it because I might not like it. And then I'll be not happy that I did that. Okay. All right. Now, just for the finishing touches. Okay, now that we're all done with the whiskers and the kitty, I don't think I'm going to do anything else with that. And I'm just going to, I want to add something to this gray up here. I think I'm going to just attempt to do some little stars up here in the nighttime sky. I'm not really great at doing stars. A lot of times they look like snowflakes. So I'm going to do like the old-fashioned stars you kind of learn to draw as a kid. I'm going to try that because I've tried it. I've attempted it before and it didn't work. So I'm just going to make some stars. I don't know what these stars are called, but this is how we drew them when we were children. At least I did. Like that. It still kind of looks like a snowflake. I don't know. Okay, well, either way. Maybe it's a cold Halloween night and it is snowflakes falling. Could happen somewhere. Doesn't happen here, but it can happen somewhere. If that's the case and that's how they're going to look, I'm just going to make them that way. I'm just going to do a cross stitch with a line in the middle. Still pretty hot here. We had a teaser last week. We got down into the 70s. But now, today, I think the high is like 89, something like that. It's pretty warm. But that's okay. We're kind of used to that. It doesn't really get to feel like fall until after or right around Halloween. Typically, we usually have a little cold spell right before Halloween or right after Halloween. But you never know. Every year's a little different, so it's really hard to plan your costume because you may have a costume that, you know, is fine for warm weather, and then all of a sudden you get a cold front, and then you need to figure out what you're going to wear underneath it so you can still wear your costume and not freeze to death, because we're typically not used to that any kind of cold at this time of the year. It takes a while for your body to kind of get used to that, so. That's how it is. I don't think we're dressing up this year. My daughter, she expressed to me that she wanted to hand out candy this year. So it was a little bittersweet because she is 12, and I think she's starting to feel like she might be too old to go trick-or-treating. And she's so tall that she looks older than what she is. So I'm sure people probably look at her and think she's like a teenager when she's not. Not yet. I was hoping I could get one more year. But she doesn't even want to dress up. I was like, you can dress up. You don't have to just dress up to go trick-or-treating. Adults dress up for Halloween. It's okay. If you want to dress up, it's fine. But she was like, no, it's okay. So it's a little bittersweet, especially since she's my only biological child that I have. We're getting to that point where that part of our life is the trick-or-treating, you know, with kids is coming to a close. Which is kind of funny because she never really liked trick-or-treating. She liked getting candy, but she was always afraid of everybody's Halloween decorations, so she is not a daredevil. She is not she's just like, why does everything have to be so creepy? Why can't it just be cute? So, it's kind of funny. About to run out of thread. Oh, I was hoping I could get one more pass. I might need a smaller needle. Okay, I'm all finished. Let me show you my little stars. I'm gonna call them stars. They are intended to be stars. Anyway, I think it's really cute. I like his little whiskers. So let me know what kind of projects you've been working on. Have you been doing any slow stitching or quilting or hand sewing or crocheting or knitting? What are you doing this fall season? Let me know. I'm nosy that way. I like to know these things. So anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. It's been so much fun making these little projects, and I can't wait to put them all together and see what they look like together. And so that's what I'm going to do next week. I hope you will join me for that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you for subscribing and for all the lovely comments that I've gotten. And I just thank you so much for that. I can't say thank you enough for that. And so anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye.